Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's video is about how we're going to do catalogs, custom audiences, lookalike audiences, and automated rules. So this will constitute how you do the advanced strategy of Facebook. We've really gone through the fundamentals to actually making your first ad to hit what's called cold traffic. Cold traffic being cold, warm, hot. So cold is people that don't know you, warm is people that sort of do know you, and then hot's are people that engage with you a lot really and they're highly likely to buy. Obviously that's your ideal audience. But today's video, we're just going to go into catalogs, custom audiences, lookalike audiences, automated rules. Let's get into it. So, catalog, I like to just run a brief explanation. Your catalog, especially if you're running a Shopify store, I mean, there's WooCommerce and a number of others out there, I can't remember. But with Shopify, there's a sales channel. It'll make more sense when I make a Shopify store with you all. That the sales channel, once you connect to your Facebook after you have a business manager, it pushes your catalog. Your catalog is basically your collection of products, all of them to Facebook. And so you'll have a Facebook business page, and that business page will be set as a store and pushes the products there. And then you can actually, on the back end of the business manager, it's really easy. It then makes a catalog of all of those. Now, why this is important is, I might have touched on it in previous videos, DPA ads. Dynamic product ads, okay? So catalogs really only used for that. Well, that's how I use it. People have used it previously for cold traffic targeting. Personally, I don't do that. You do it the strategy that I've done there, and then you use your catalog specifically for retargeting, okay? And I keep it as simple as this. The awesome thing that's great about catalogs is that Facebook is really smart. It stores all individuals' data based off what they individually did on your store. So what that means is, let's say they go to my website, www.test.com.au, and I decide to look at 5 different products, and then Bob decides to look at 12, and then Laura looks at 2. Okay, so what will happen when you're running this catalog ad is, once you have set it up, and it's very easy, once you have it set up, it'll show Laura 2, it'll show Bob 12, it'll show me 5, okay, of the products, the exact products, and it will put in dynamically the name of the product, the price, and you can put in things like, a discount. Hey, we've seen that you're interested in this product, but you didn't finish your order. Come back now using discount code SAVE20 for 20% off plus free shipping worldwide. And you do that because now they've seen your website, because a lot of times, and I've had it many times, where people will get all the way to checkout and leave, and of course, like, damn it. But that's just the way it is, right? But a lot of the times people, especially because we're targeting mobile, I'm sure we've all probably been there, your mobile is flat, and so literally people get to checkout and their mobile gets flat, and then they get distracted and they don't end up completing their order. Or their baby might start crying and their attention's devoted there, they might be at work. Who knows? There's a million factors, and that's why you do retargeting. Retargeting, one, there can be all of those reasons. 2, someone just might need to be told about a product multiple times before they buy. I mean, I'm sure we've all been there. There's a lot of psychology involved. So you just got to remember, look at it from your perspective, that when you go and buy something you don't know about, do you just instant buy? There are people out there like that, but the majority of individuals, in our mind, psychologically, we think, no. And so it might take 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I've had it where someone looked at my store 25 times before they actually purchased, okay? 25 times. Now, I don't know why, but they ended up making a massive purchase. Obviously, they are hesitant. Their finances might have been coming in, paycheck, who knows? So that's why retargeting is so important. And this is why I use catalog. Catalog is just such a simple and easy way, okay? And what I'm going to do throughout this video is I'm going to go through each slide, and then I'll show you and then go back to the slide, okay? And we'll talk about it. Keep it easy. I'll also share this. I'm sure I've made some typos here. So let's get into it anyway. So basically, sorry about that. Sorry, I had to blur out some stuff. I made some mistakes there. So basically, just continuing on from where I was before, this is one of my other stores. It's easier to just explain it rather than make a catalog, because when you make a catalog, you don't actually have to do it. As I said, as soon as you connect your sales channel, it'll just work, and it'll make a lot more sense. Basically here, this is one of my other stores that I made ages ago. I've shut it down because it was just one of my first stores and focus lie elsewhere. You can see here it's more a general store, so I've made heaps of different designs here, These are print on demand. Anyway, but you can see here, this is the catalog. And so you can see that what it does is it imports it from the store and then imports the pictures, the price, the availability in stock. This will all be on your Facebook business page, as well as it will be on your actual Shopify store, obviously, and it just, any products you add will just update dynamically there. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that just to give you an idea of how that sort of works. Mind you, you can try and test a heap of these products. That's heavily saturated. These products, I can tell you, have sold. I've sold every one of them. However, they are saturated now, especially that one. Ridiculously saturated. That's not a bad thing. It's just more or less as a starting point for these type of products. You probably want to choose a bit more of a niche because, as I said, these are general, so that's why I recommend niche. So in relation to this, now that you sort of understand catalogs, it's how we then use this catalog to then make ads. And so you can see here that we've got this. Now, I'm not sure if the catalog will show up because it might not be bound. Anyway, and so you can see here it remembers where it last left off. So we're just going to start again. So you choose catalog sales. So see how we just, conversion. You don't want consideration. You don't want awareness. You want conversion. So we will choose. Okay. None of these are showing up. How annoying. I hate when it does that. Facebook can be funny like that. But basically, just go continue. Alright, so now we can see here that it's saying that this product contains 273 products. So what that actually means is the catalog has that many products. For retargeting with DPA ads, catalog ads, ignore the audience size. Again, the ad set name is purely just a name. So retargeting DPA ads last 14 days. And this will make sense in a moment. Basically, what is the coolest part with the catalog ads is you're actually using the Facebook pixel to do the hard work for you. So it'll store all that data and just retarget people based off what metrics you choose here. So viewer added to basket but not purchased. Okay, so this will be the most common one that a lot of people use, and again, I keep it simple. I have literally just done the last 180 days. So that means is that anyone in the last 180 days that my pixel recognizes will retarget with it's a catalog, and it'll be pretty much the same as the ad that I showed you before. It'll be it'll make a lot more sense. Now, one cool little tip, when you are doing this, I found this out the hard way. Make sure you change it from your home country to worldwide, because obviously when you're doing your marketing, you may be targeting only your home country, but I'm sure most of you are probably targeting other countries. Make sure to just change it to worldwide, okay? Because otherwise the actual ad won't spend, really. Unless, again, you've done targeting here in Australia, it won't spend. So you just change to worldwide. Leave the ages, in this case, completely open. Don't even touch it. Men and women, leave it open. Language, leave it open. You don't need detailed targeting. Leave automatic placements. Just leave it. Because it'll remember where it's gone. The pixel is very smart. It'll just go straight back to where pretty much they saw it before. So if it's Facebook newsfeed, it'll just show up in Facebook newsfeed. If you have a heap of data, let's say like weeks worth, hundreds of dollars worth of data, and you're seeing a strong correlation of Facebook newsfeed, then just make a duplicate ad, and then just go Facebook newsfeed. Okay, you can optimize these. They are built for conversion, so you optimize them. But starting out, just again, it's always simple. Daily budget, $5. Keep it simple again. Link clicks, you don't want link clicks, you want conversions. And again, you want one day click. But especially one day click will work really well here because they've now seen your ad, and again, they may have whatever happened, but now they've gone from cold to warm. And so they're far more likely to really convert well with 1 day after clicking. Lowest cost, again, leave, and here we are. And I have an error in this catalog, just a blah, blah, blah. So if I choose, again, same as before, if I had the Facebook account, Facebook's just going to give it a default name. You can name it. It's just an easy way for you to identify. That's all it is. The ad name, there is no structure. I usually call my DPA ads DPA retargeting version 1.0. For instance, so that's just because I'm an IT nerd. But basically, you want to choose carousel. Again, that's all just pretty self-explanatory. Carousel. See how you can't actually use for DPA ads videos because it is just a collection of images. You want overlay. So I choose overlay, and what we do is say free delivery. It just reminds them again, so it's going to make like a nice little overlay. Sometimes it bugs out, it doesn't actually do it. It's bizarre. But basically, we say, hi there, and you put a little emoji, like the wave hand. Emojis actually is a form of interruption marketing, so it's very important that you use it. Hi there, we see you've visited our store but didn't complete your order. Return today, sorry, I should have capitalized the start of the words. Return today and get 20% off your entire order with discount code SAVE20. Now again, you can put whatever you want. I've always just used SAVE20. It's just purely a naming convention. As long as that discount code is in your actual Shopify store that they can use, it's all fine. Okay, so add a card with fixed image. No, we don't want to leave that. We want to leave that the same as, again, you're building your brand. Again, you can actually see here as well all the different areas, so you can see how the ad will be presented. Audience network's completely useless. But Instagram feed, you'll see how it looks on Instagram feed. It's really quite cool. Again, the see more URL is the final one for your actual search your homepage, basically. See more URL. You don't need to change product name. See how it dynamically puts that in. So don't touch that. Don't touch that either. Shop now, it'll just do that by default. You don't need to touch that. Again, I have Facebook Pixel turned off, obviously, but you would have your Facebook Pixel, so it's using that data. But you can see here straight away that that's how easy it is to make a DPA ad, all right? So on to the next one, custom audiences. Custom audiences are extremely powerful. I love custom audiences. They can be a pain, and I'll show you a really cool way that's quite advanced on how to make custom audiences and have a really clean pixel, because it's when you're scaling, and spending thousands upon thousands of dollars a day like I have been, then it's really important that you keep everything clean so that you're sort of eliminating as many possibilities as possible, right? Just process of elimination. That's all marketing is. It's really not that hard. So custom audiences can be nearly anything that is pulled from your store. It can be used to make lookalikes, LLAs. It can be used to retarget a segment of your audience from view content. View content being page view, essentially. They just use the word view content. Add to cart, so someone that's added to cart. Purchases, initiate checkout, add payment info, search. You can do it all, but again, you just want to keep it simple. View content, add to cart, purchase. Okay, I don't do anything else other than that, and it'll make a lot more sense when I explain it down the line. Custom audiences are endless, and your objective, again, for e-commerce, that's the main ones we want to use. You want to use view content straight away, as soon as you especially start finding a product that's getting a few sales here and there, of course, because you'll get a lot of link clicks. But again, you think of it like a funnel. That's what marketing is, a funnel. Heaps of people will see it. Most people won't actually even click it. Some people will click it, then they'll leave. Some people will add to cart, then leave. Some people will go to checkout, then leave. Some will purchase. So it's like a down arrow, really, or a funnel. They call it a funnel. So that's what a custom audience is. To make a custom audience, let's go back in here, and we will. Where's audiences? Sorry, is the one I'm after. Okay, so I haven't made any custom audiences. Obviously, this is just my own personal one, so that's why that hasn't shown up anything here as well. And again, You can make saved audience, create lookalike audience, custom audience. We're going to make a custom audience. I keep it very simple. Again, you can do absolutely insane stuff here. A custom file. So if you have like an email list of 10,000 people, you can upload and retarget them. Facebook will correlate that email address with what they have in their database and retarget them dynamically. Website traffic is what we use for e-commerce. App activity, not necessary for us. Offline activity, not necessary for us. Engagement is necessary if you're doing video ads, okay? You can, or Facebook page, full screen, lead gen, but video would be the main one you use because it's actually quite cool, but because you can actually target someone based off if they've watched 25%, 50%, 75%, etc. As funny as it sounds, you might think that 95% might work best, but it doesn't. I find 50% works best for some reason. That's just me. Again, that's just me. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the same for you. But again, keeping it simple, most of your customer audiences are going to be website traffic. And so it'll just come up with this simple form, and it's just basically custom audiences. Think of it like a filter. When you're in Excel, you use a filter to try and find when you have heaps and heaps of data. You want to eliminate 90% of it, and you want 10%. All right. So again, it's got the everyday diary there. I know this is a little bit over the shop, so I do apologize. So you want to choose. You can choose all website visitors. You can choose people who visited a specific web page. So again, you choose the last 180 days because you just want to capture it all, because the more data you have, the better your custom audience will be. And then you put in your URL. So you just put in the last part after the /. So let's just say dog collar. All right, and so now it's going to, because it's connected to my pixel already and it knows my website, it's going to say, all right, on the everyday diary, one with the unique URL ending with dog collar, we will find all the people that visited that web page and put it into custom audience. You can go include, more, exclude. You can refine. I've never used refine, don't need it. Exclude would be people that have visited your page. If I had data on this pixel, it would come up with view content, add to basket, and purchase. So you could say people who have visited my page and added to basket, but not purchased. But not purchased. You can do all of that. It's completely up to you. You can segment your audience however you want. But you can see why custom audiences are very powerful. However, catalog DPA ads take no time at all. It's pretty much just the pixel does the work for you. Because for the most part, you're making custom audiences for retargeting. And it works well, but again, I like DPA ads. I like to do other stuff in my day, so I prefer to do that. But I do this at times because you do need to do it to make lookalikes. That's mainly what I use it for. So then again, you give it a naming convention. So naming convention is very important. So I would go for this one, VC, view content, dog collar, 180 days, and that's it. So at a glance, I can now say that it's view content, it's for my dog collar, and it's the last 180 days. So now I can make a custom audience. So you can see how now it's going to go populating. It's going to take half an hour to an hour because it's got to filter through all that data, and obviously for me it's not even going to work because I don't have any of that data. But now I can actually make a lookalike based off that. So I can make lookalikes, and again, obviously it's going to be completely useless. But again, if we choose all about wine again, and so now what we're doing is we're saying, okay, so we've made a filter of hundreds of people, thousands of people, however many. I'll go into this in the future. And so, we've told Facebook, this is sort of what my audience looks like, the people that I am interested in the most. Okay, now what we're telling Facebook is, well, Facebook, can you make me find people that you believe to be very similar? Lookalike audiences, when I first heard it, was just ridiculous, but it works astonishingly well. I don't even know how it works. The algorithm is that intelligent. It works. So now, obviously, you know who you've been targeting. So again, most of the time people start with the United States. So I'm just going to use that for this example. And you got these quadrants, basically is what I call them, or audiences. Now you can make up to 6. I don't know why they don't have it so you can have up to 10. I don't know why this does by default like that. But basically, if you move these across, And you can see down the bottom there that it's going to actually make 6 lookalike audiences based off the dog collar from the United States of 0 to 1, 1 to 2, etc., etc. And each of those has 2.2 million people. So you have 2.2 million people to target just by doing this. And these people are highly likely to convert because you've already told Facebook what your audience is sort of like. Now it's not so much of a guessing game, it's more a calculated guessing game. And so now you've told Facebook what you like, and it'll now give you a lot of people back. You can make 2, and you could make it so that for whatever reason, if you want to make 1 to 10 and it has 20 million people, you can. If you want to then make it 5 to 10, or 0 to 5 and 5 to 10, it'll do that for you. There's infinite possibilities here. Now, I personally, again, keep it simple because I'm a simple-minded man. I do 5. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, because 0 is defined as the people that are most similar. 10 is considered people that are least similar. Now, don't think that 10 doesn't convert. I've had times where my lookalike audience for the audience size of 10, a lookalike LLA 10, actually converts 1,000,000 times better than 0. There is no logic behind it other than that's just the Facebook algorithm has deemed these people that. We have no control over it. That's why don't get too caught up in it. If it doesn't work, kill it and move on. It's just simple as that. Don't think about what if. Just think, well, it's not working, move on. All right? So that is how you make a lookalike audience. That is basically how you do. And you can add as many countries as you like. You can even add specific regions. I've never done this, but you can. And so, if I now make this, it's probably going to fail, isn't it? I think it's going to fail. Yeah, there we go. So it'll fail because I don't have at least 100 people. So Facebook likes at least 100 people. For view content, add to cart, and purchase, you want at least 300. So 300 view content, 300 add to basket, and 300 purchases. All right. So you want that, and because now you're essentially telling Facebook that's your audience. All right. So let's close out of that. Obviously, I can't make it anyway. Once it would, it'll just do the same thing here. It's going to go populating. It'll give it an audience ID. You don't need to know that crap. You just need to know the name because you're going to make heaps of them. You just need a convention that you can filter through. That's why you can choose the name, the website, etc. So if you have a good naming convention, it makes it nice and easy for you to filter. Just a future little tip there. Next, I explain lookalike audiences. Sorry. Automated rules. Now, this is something that I've actually recently started implementing because Facebook have recently put in a really cool feature. Previously, you used to have to use third-party tools that integrate with the business manager to be able to do one simple thing, which was just stupid, and it's called website ROAS. And website ROAS is by far the most important thing when you're doing your marketing. ROAS standing for return on ad spend. Okay, so you're marketing a product, you're telling Facebook, I want to market this product to this prospective audience, this age, this gender on this placement, right? So like what we did in the previous video. Your return on ad spend is, you want 2 and above. 2 being you've earned double what you spent for Facebook to acquire that sale. Okay, so if you're making a $25 sale, if you're selling an item and it costs you $25, you want to make $50. That means you get double the amount back. So you get $25 after advertising. All right, and so basically from that, that's why I make these automated rules, because I'm lazy and that's the lifestyle I like, and it works well because it means that I get a consistent outcome across all my ads every time, and that's what you want, consistency. One of the key parts of this is that you will find that you'll watch my video and then you'll watch someone else and they'll have a very different strategy. I'm not saying they're wrong, but it will become conflicting, inconsistent. So you want a consistent approach so you can get a consistent outcome, right? Unfortunately, Facebook isn't always consistent, so at times it's a bit of wing it approach. So with that being said, in your ads manager, we go back in here and it's as simple as automated rules. I always get lost finding my way around. So obviously I have no automated rules here. So we just I make a simple rule to start off with. And again, a rule is just saying to Facebook, well, if it meets this criteria, do this. If it meets this criteria, do this. For people that are spending tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, if not months, over the month, sorry, these are crucial so that you don't waste a lot of money. And so with that being said, so let's just jump straight into it. So we go all active. You don't want to go campaigns because remember how I showed you that there's campaigns, ad sets, and then ads. All right. So you want an ad set because that's where you're actually saying to Facebook who, when, what, why. All right. So you want all active ad sets. So that's why I have that by default. You want to not turn ads off. I made that mistake somehow. It was just embarrassing. But anyway, and you don't want to do manual bid. That is just not relevant for what we do, really. So you want to increase the daily budget by 20%, as sort of in my thing here. So ROAS of 2.0, double the cost price, increase the daily budget by 20% of the overall budget. So you can set your maximum cap. So again, if you're doing $5, if you're starting at $5 and you're increasing by 20%, it'll go to $6, and then it'll blah, 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 blah. But if you want to make sure that you're not going to blow your budget, because let's say you're spending $1,000 and 20% of $1,000 is $200, you might want to limit it to $100 if it meets that criteria regardless. So it'll only do 10%. All right, does that make sense? Pretty straightforward there. Yeah, action frequency, leave it as default. Especially when you're starting out, you don't need the maximum daily budget. It's irrelevant. And then you just simply want to choose, you don't want to choose mobile app, website purchase. So this was not a feature that was here months ago. It's only recently brought in. It's a really big lifesaver. So you want to choose is greater than 2.0. I mean, the chance of something hitting exactly 2.0, it's going to be like 2.01 or some crap. So you're saying to Facebook now, all active ad sets increase by 20%. Let me just go ahead. And you want to change it to today. And the reason is simply because an ad might have gotten 50 sales yesterday, let's say, and then today it got 4. And who knows why? Because there could be a billion reasons. It could be a public holiday. It could be a tragic passing of someone. It could be the Olympics. Who the hell knows? That's why you do it daily, not lifetime. I mean, lifetime obviously shows you that if your ad's been running for 3 weeks and it's getting 3 ROAS, it's like, yes, that's awesome. But you don't want to waste your budget. So by doing it as a time range of daily means that rule's going to apply every day, and it'll increase every day if it's getting over 2. If it's not, then it'll just stay, and then the next day, if it is, then it'll bump up again. And so it'll just do this all dynamically to all your ad sets, and it's as simple as that. You want to leave it daily at midnight. So basically, because you're launching your ads at midnight, so it optimizes over a 24-hour time frame. That's how Facebook works. You want to run your rules based off the same thing. Again, keeping it a very consistent, easy approach. So this is all I do, and then again, rule name, naming convention. So website purchases greater than 2.0, increase budget by 20% daily. And what have I missed here? I have missed something. Well, let me create. What have I missed? Unless it won't let me do it because I don't have any actual active ad sets. Nope. No. I don't see anything that misses. But whatever. So basically, that's how you make a rule. I'm not 100% sure. It's just because I don't have any active ad sets that it's not allowing me to actually do that. And that's pretty much it. You can change it to dollar. Obviously, percentage. I choose percentage because obviously it's just a better way of doing it, I think. And so, like for me, I have a lot of campaigns that are actually doing quite well at the moment. So, I'm getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ROAS. And so for every, 2, and then I make one 3 ROAS, 4 ROAS, And for every one, I increase by 10%. So if it's 3 ROAS, 3 ROAS, then I make it 30%. Okay, so just correlate the ROAS number with the amount you increase it on a daily basis, and that's it. That is it. Now, if you're wondering what will happen if I have like 3 rules and one's for 2 and one's for 3, okay, the 3 will take precedence. All right, and so it won't increase by 50%, it'll still increase by 30%. All right, so just keep that in mind. It's not going to majorly blow out your budget. It's going to do the highest one that meets the criteria, and everything underneath it will just not apply for that day, okay? So that's basically how it is. And so you're then telling Facebook that, well, like, if you have good campaigns, why change them? You know, why change them? Just increase their budget slowly. People do duplicates and then just make the budget 50 times larger and lose a heap of money. This way, you're doing a slow, steady, easy scale that'll make you money, allow you to sleep comfortably at night. I've been through that. And then just continue evolving. You're not going to then stress yourself out. You're not going to work yourself too hard, okay? So basically, that's pretty much it. So today, just again, as a recap, Facebook ads on easy. Now you know how to make a custom audience. You know how to use catalog ads for DPA, dynamic product ads, remarketing, lookalike audiences, and automated rules, which are the focus points of what you'll do in the back end. Once I make a Shopify store and connect it to a business manager, which I'll make at that point in time, this will make a lot more sense. But I want to show you all this, so when it gets to that point, it'll all just be like a puzzle coming together, okay? So until tomorrow, I still haven't decided on the video that I'm going to make tomorrow, but until tomorrow, I'll talk to you then. Thank you and goodbye.